You know when you're reading the Bible and you hit one of those long lists of names? It's so easy to just skim past them, right? But what if I told you that's not just filler? Today, we're going to unlock a secret language hidden right inside those names. A language of destiny, of divine purpose. So yeah, let's dive in.
I mean, for most of us today, a name is, well, it's just a label, isn't it? It's the sound we turn our head to. But just for a second, imagine a world where your name was your destiny. A prophecy whispered over you the day you were born. What if it wasn't just some word, but a literal roadmap for your entire life?
Well, in the ancient Hebrew world, that's exactly what a name was. It wasn't just a word, it was a vessel literally carrying your destiny, echoing with prophecy, and holding divine secrets that are just waiting to be unlocked.
So how do we get beyond the label? How do we start seeing these names the way the ancients did? Well, you have to understand that in the Bible, a name is like a story in miniature. It's a single word that can tell you everything about a person's character, their purpose, and even their ultimate destiny. This is a really radical shift from how we think today. A name wasn't just describing you, it was prescribing you. People truly believed it could actively mold your character and guide your path in life. And honestly, this idea is the key to understanding everything else we're about to get into.
So, what happens when your destiny changes? Well, in the Bible, a new destiny often comes with a new name. These names weren't set in stone. They were dynamic. They actually evolved as a person's spiritual journey unfolded. Let's look at a couple of the most famous examples. Okay, first up, Abram. His name means exalted father. A pretty good name. But then God gives him this huge new mission and a new name to match it, Abraham, or father of many nations. His whole identity literally expands to fit his new, world-changing destiny. And we see almost the exact same thing happen with Jacob. His name, supplanter, kind of reflects his tricky, cunning nature. But after he physically wrestles with a divine being, he gets a new name, Israel, he who struggles with God. It's a completely new identity, one that was forged in the fire of this incredible spiritual showdown. Now, these name changes are really just the tip of the iceberg. There's an even deeper layer of meaning hiding in plain sight. We could call it a God code that's embedded in tons of biblical names. It's like a divine signature, and once you learn how to spot it, you'll start seeing it absolutely everywhere. So what are we looking for exactly? The whole key is to spot two little words, El and Yah. El simply means God, and Yah is a short form of Yahweh, which means the Lord. Think of these as the basic building blocks for this God code. Let's see how they work. This table breaks it down perfectly. Look at Daniel. You combine judge with El for God, and boom! God is my judge. Or Gabriel, you merge strength with God and you get God is my strength. And Elijah is a total powerhouse, combining both elements to declare, my God is Yahweh. See, these aren't just names. They're like these little pocket-sized prayers, these powerful statements of faith.
But believe it or not, the rabbit hole goes even deeper. Beyond the literal meaning of the words themselves, there's a whole mystical layer. A hidden code of numbers and spiritual significance that adds yet another dimension to these ancient names. This brings us into the world of Gematria. It's an ancient system where every single Hebrew letter also has a numerical value. So, by adding up the numbers in a name, you can uncover these hidden connections and unlock a much deeper, mystical layer of meaning. Let's use a classic example, King David. In Hebrew, his name is spelled with the letters Dalet, Vav, Dalet. Their numerical values are 4, 6, and 4. You add that up, and you get 14. This number, 14, becomes this recurring signature, like a subtle nod to David's royal family that's woven all through the Bible.
And if you thought Gematria was mystical, just wait. There's a tradition of the 72 names of God. Now, these aren't names like Bob or Sue. They are powerful three-letter codes pulled directly from a specific passage in the book of Exodus. And each one is a key to unlocking a different aspect of divine energy.
And these aren't just for intellectual curiosity. They're meant to be practical tools for spiritual growth. In these mystical traditions, you would choose one of the 72 names based on what you need, maybe healing or courage or wisdom, and then you'd meditate on its letters, kind of tuning into its unique divine frequency.
So, why does any of this ancient wisdom matter for us today? Well, it means that the next time you read the Bible, you won't just see a boring list of names. You'll see a rich tapestry of divine purpose and human potential, a story written in a code that you can now begin to understand.
All right, so let's boil it all down. What are the big takeaways? First, that biblical names are way more than just words. They're clues to God's hidden plan. They're like prophecies in miniature, foreshadowing huge events. They're also this powerful reminder that our identity isn't fixed. It can be transformed. And finally, they can be a real source of personal encouragement, a whisper of the divine purpose woven into all of us.
So the next time you open up the Bible, don't just skim the names. Look for the code. Listen for that whisper of destiny. Because now that you have the key, who knows what secrets you'll unlock, not just in the text, but maybe even in yourself.